Right. When you get to our website, you go to WIMS.io. Then under WIMS.io repositories, you click Coxygen. I think all of you are now familiar with this part here. This is the Coxygen part. Then when you want the universities, you extend with this stroke and you type universities. Sorry, under Coxygen there, I think you type universities. Yes, you replace universities with Coxygen. Then you get to these universities, one we are doing. So let me go back to the Coxygen. So there is WIMS.io, the username. Then the repository is this one here. Right, under this Coxygen, actually, it is one of the WIMS.io projects that I uploaded today. Let's go to repositories. Then here now, which means you are going to use WIMS.io repositories. You type Bluetooth, Nix. Yeah, that is the one that I want to show you. So let me open it. It's not under Coxygen. It is just WIMS.io. And then it is this one here. Right. So it is a README, but everything is following Ubuntu. We are using Windows. Try. Then what you can do here, you can fork it into your own account and then run it from your own account with Git, so that any changes you do, you can push them and then you can do a pull request. I want you at some point in time, you become a developer in this repository on Bluetooth. What is the next? Here is the package manager for downloading and installing this onto your machine and start coding on what do you call it? The Bluetooth. So I'm going to use this one here. I'm going to copy this Git. So I'm going to open my terminal. Right, on this terminal here, I'm going to use a command called git. Which version? 2.4, 3.0. Git is a command called clone, which is for downloading. Most of you, I think, you know this. Then that is the Git URL. Then I clone it, which means I download it. You see mine is finished. It is very quick because it's a small folder, around 80 KB. If you add everything, it's around 80 KB, very fast. So now the installation setup for Bluetooth begins here. You need to change directory to the Bluetooth-Nix. And then inside this directory, Bluetooth-Nix, you have got one folder called code, this one. And then you have got these other files that you see here. There are certain skills that I want you to learn on the command line with Ubuntu. Things like opening a file, like in this case, this is using Nix flag. So you need to open that file here and check it and close without VS Code. Why? If you are working on a remote computer where you have no access to the mouse, you'll only need to use your keyboard. In some of these things like V editor, they are the tools that you are going to be working with a lot. So I'm using V editor here to view this file. Right, this is the Nix programming language, but this is the configuration file. What I want to show you here is the setup file specifies on that line, it is going to install GHC 8.10.7 and Cabal 3.8.1.0. Sorry, I'll have to run quickly to open outside. But meanwhile, let me run the first next command from where I am. I'm inside here, so I'm going to go Nix develop. Run very quick. And install, because they are already installed on my machine. On yours, find out how long it's gonna work. Then let us go inside to the workspace. And then under the workspace, we have got that WS space. You can also view it. This is what it looks like. Right now, I'm going to do Cabal update. So meanwhile, it is running this. You can be discussing. I'll pause and I'll run and open the door. I'm going to be back.
Hello. So what's going on? I disconnected. Hello. Okay.
Hello, Dylan. I can hear you clearly.
Yes. What's going on? So I disconnected the time when I was trying to demonstrate when I was like go to GitHub and WIMS. I
Okay, I think
disconnected.
it's time to install. I think they're installing the Cardano node also. But I'm trying
Plutus.
to make an installation actually. But yes, yeah, they look good. So you check how fast it's gonna be with our laptops. You know, it's like Windows. It's not really so good. Should all get Ubuntu.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. I'm back. Sorry for that, but let's see the downloads where it is. What I want you to see here, it is saying 2.73 megabytes per second. So it is in this case downloading almost 360 megabytes. But you can see here, this was 2 megabytes, this was 4 megabytes, this was 4,000, 5,000 kilobytes. So it's basically downloading stuff. And you can see on the first cloning here, it has created a folder called this dash in news style. This is where all this stuff is being downloaded to. So I'll also show you from this side. Let me change to Nix. Yeah, which is this one here now. This one. Right, with this one here under code, now it is here. It's downloading these stuffs. You see that? It has downloaded this one here. This is the Cardano address, Cardano ledger. This one is the Cardano wallet simple model. You see, it has now finished the pure script. It has added quick check. It has added this. This is basically what it is doing here, what you see here. Any question? Questions? Are you still with me? Are you online?
Yes.
Did you manage to follow? Is it difficult so far? Judge on yourself. Is it difficult so far up to where we are? It has finished.
No.
Okay. I'll show you the first commands that are used here. You can take a screenshot from your command. So sometimes you are going to be asked, what do I do first? And what do I do next? This part here is, what do you call it? Getting that folder on the GitHub. Cloning. Call it cloning. Downloading it. Very small. That's why it's fast. 30K, 80 kilobytes. Then you need to change your directory, go inside this Nix, inside, where there is a flag.nix. This is the package manager that is going to download all the needed files here. Did you see? Actually, not these ones. What will the Nix flags dot download? It will download this. The Cabal version 3.10 and the Haskell GSC version 8.10. I developed this using these two. Different combination was failing up until I managed to get these ones to run. So use this in your machine. You can install this on its own. You already have maybe Haskell. Check what version it is. If it is not this, then downgrade to this. If it is low, upgrade to this. Then check that you have got this Cabal package manager. This version. Right, from there, this part here till here, we are just moving into the right space, changing the folders. And then from there, this we are viewing what is inside this file. Windows has got VR. Mac has VR. VR is everywhere. It's a text editor. You don't need to install. I think it's the check. The most important thing for starting to download stuff is this Cabal update. This is the one that worked here. It downloaded stuff about 560 megabytes. You saw it was at 2 megabytes per second, 2 megabytes per second. It didn't take very long. can think about that. So now, let us move on to the next step after updating here. Right here now, I'm going to run Cabal build because I'm going to build this. You see this. These are actually projects. This is another project. And then this is another project. This is another project. Then inside here, you do not have a build. The executable files, they are not there. Even the folder build is not here on this dash new start. You will see when I run this command, that's what's going to happen. If you have got an i7 multi-CPU, then you can tell it to use all the CPUs. This command tells to say use all the 12 CPUs. Then it will split up all the tasks, all of them it will build using 12 CPUs. Right, so there it is, doing that. Resolving dependencies. Before, it was giving me a lot of problems. I was not really taking into details what was happening, what was the problem. Right, number 1 out of 4, you can see that. Now there is a build directory. You look at that, there's a build there directory. So which means now there is a folder. Look at here, there was only cache. There is that build folder. Now we've got packaged DB. There is a source here. Under this, there is source. What is under source? Look at here under source. I think we had that part. Okay, let's go again here. But just look at the. This is the Linux. There is the JC, that version. Very interesting because now I'm following it folder by folder. So you can also try the same on your Windows to really know what is this really doing, so that when it throws an error and tells you there is a problem there, you really know where the problem is, and you can help to write a what. Yeah, now it has even created this testing EX. It has built this now, so it means you can run this EX. What I want you to monitor is how easy it is to use this setup template as a first step on our documentation. Let us switch here to this side. Okay, it is finished. I think the reason why it finished very quickly is because of I was using different CPUs. If I were to give you last time took a lot, and I used more than 150 gig trying just to install. It was breaking, it restarts, breaks again, this file is not there, breaks, then I restart again, it will keep on downloading sometimes. It was a problem, but eventually now I've got this set up easy. Now the Bluetooth is set up on my PC. We are ready to code now. The command I used was to build, Cabal build. That is all what I did. So now let us start building or checking files and running those files as a test. So from here, I'm going to say Cabal test. Then there are test files, test which have been prepared for each module which is there. So that you see the test, let us first look at the modules that are being tested themselves. So you are going to find them under lecture. There is a folder here called lecture, this one. And there is a folder called test. So let's open that folder, test. So in the test, we have got these files. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 files. I have created using Haskell Bluetooth these two. These ones, they come with this template from IOG. So it's a vesting. There's a vesting. Let's look at this one. This one, you know about it. Let me just use that one just to open it. Right. I want you to see I messed up something here. No write, last, change, manual entry, please enter. Okay. Right. Let's make sure that I'm on the right side. Oh, I see. Now I entered that mistake. Right. It. So my capital is on. It is why. There we go. Let me go through it again. Right, this is what I have. Now, later you can go and open that CG time I'm importing. If you see here, I'm importing this module. You are going to be familiar with it. It is for this on-chain toxic time. But we are running this test for this here. It might not be easy for you now to know, but I will open it in VS Code, then you can see it clearly in VS Code. All what I want to do here now is to run this test. And then let's go Cabal test. I can open another terminal where I'm going to open this in VS Code. So in the VS Code, this is where we are. This is the W space which we have. And this is the lecture. And this is the assets. You'll see when we compile, we are going to have something there. This is the this-new style folder. Then we have the tutorial and the README to assist you. Then the modules I was talking about that you are going to be familiar with are these ones. For converting time into the blockchain time. Then this one is for converting. Remember that command, that CLI command, which we had in Helios. Right here, I'm creating something similar. Then I'm going to test this so that you see. Right, let me check if, yeah, this side, it worked very well. This one passed, this test passed. This one failed. This one failed. It failed on purpose. This one passed on purpose. But they're supposed to be fine. There are two more tests that have got an issue there. I'm not sure which ones are they. But now, let me use the VS Code part, or I can use this one to test. When you are here, you want to use the GSCR. What do you do on the terminal? Or you are here on the VS Code, still you are on the terminal. It's the same. You just run Cabal, repeal. Now, all of you are very used to the repeal, which we have been using when we are testing our Haskell or creating and testing our Haskell modules. Right, let me load the module 4, converting a batch 32 address into a pub key hash. From a pub key hash to this, maybe you might say, what is that? Last time I think I did this with some of you. Those that are new, I've got an address here, which is this one. Now we want to convert it to a pub key hash. So we come here, we use this Cooper and decompose it. What am I doing now? Didn't copy it properly. Copy it. Here we have it. We decompose. Then we get this pub key hash. We are on the Helios side. It is done for you. On the Helios side, the conversion is very easy. It's done for you on your code. On the CLI, that CLI you have, we have a Helios function that converts batch 32 to pub key hash. That same thing is this thing that I have here. So let's go to it. We are going to load the module that has got that, which is the CG Plutus util. Sorry. It must be utils version 1. Okay. Right. When you have run Cabal repeal, where did I always have mistakes? If you run Cabal repeal when you are in a wrong folder, it won't run. It will tell you there is no .cabal file found. So in our case, you go to wspace. You are going to see that wspace.cabal file, where you finished installing everything. That's where you run your Cabal repeal, so that it starts this interactive mode where you can test your modules. You write your code, test your modules. From the command line here, because this is the most used things, now you can test your function. The function that I want to test is that one for batch 32. Let me just show you here. This one here. Converting batch 32 pub key hash. I'll show you both sides, this side and this side, but it's the same, whether you are this side or this side. But I think a lot of people are going to prefer the VS Code one, but it's all the same. Then we give it a string. And the address I'm going to give it is this one here. The same one I used here. Right, so when I press enter, this function is going to run with this parameter and then convert this into pub key hash into that number, this number, this thing here that you see here. This one always works fine. So how do I test it here to run it on the interactive environment? Let I declare a constant and put that. So now I run that. I just type AH. So to see, there it is. And then why is it a right, right, left, right, left? In the event there is no, this doesn't run fine, and it is going to display an error. Right, we can try to see if we put a wrong pub key hash. Is it going to work? It says warning. Binding for pub key hash shadows the existing binding. Okay. All what I want is to test now what will happen. What I want you to see now, like I told you here, when things go right, it's saying everything is correct. Then you get your answer correct. But what happens if there is a problem in the processing there? It says wrong. This is for wrong. There's an error there. And it tells you the error message. So when you do chapter, I think 18, 19, when you're doing those monads, this is where you're going to learn about this right, left, either or. Okay, so this is ran correctly. If you are using VS Code, still the same thing, you are going to run it here. So you will still need to move to that directory using the command line. Then you move to the space. It's basically the same what we are doing there. And then from this, you can see the space. You have got this Cabal here, this one. Right from here, we say Cabal, REPL. Let us look at what does a REPL do. It clones this Plutus simple model. It clones it. And then remote enumerating objects, then enumerating objects, enumerating objects. The total is 3,708. Then receiving the objects 100%, 100%. So it's downloading this stuff. And then resolving deltas. 8 is now 8. So it goes still to the remote site where we got those packages. It downloads them basically down here. Then enumerating objects. So which means as you use different features, their dependencies get downloaded. Okay, so you can see, let's wait for it to finish. It won't take long. The most important thing I want you to understand, look at here, it's 2 megabytes per second. Why is it so slow? I don't know. Yeah, now you can see a lot of my CPUs are now working, but 60%, you see. You see now, this is where I think it makes sense to have more CPUs. Imagine if it was one CPU, therefore, you were going to. Now look at the memories now at 12 gig. You see, this is why we are going to have a problem with 8 gig. I don't know if you've got questions, but it is running. As we wait for it to finish, I think it's about to finish. Yeah, it's far. It is around 23, 24, 25%. What else can I be telling you so that you really try your best? Try with your Windows, with your whatever computer you have. Whenever you come across any problems, send them to me. On Windows, let's see how we can resolve them. I'll tell you, it will be fantastic if this development environment, we can produce it for Windows, different versions of Windows, including WLS. Also, if you've got a Mac, test it on Mac. Right, we can wait for this one. Meanwhile, on this one, I've tested this other part where we've got this one. You can also use the same function to test reversing this. When I did test reversing this, I didn't get this back. I got something different. Then it showed me that that file function is faulty. It has got a bug. Let me open it for you so that you see it. So, which means this one has a bug. We can test it so that you see the bug on it. I used this function to reverse that. Let be 32. Then I call that function. Then this time, I must give it a pub key hash so that it gives me back a page 32. Must give it this. I got something different. Then let me see P32. I got something different. Yes, it's a page 32, but funny enough, look at this, what I have. It's different from this one. Okay, why this one is different from this one? Because I was supposed to get this back. My next question is this and this the same address. There's a lot with Bluetooth. Right, let me show you how to use the AR. So that maybe the AI can help you to say what is the, right, let me have this one here. And then let me copy the other one because definitely there's something wrong here. Right, let's see. Now let me supply that function. This again is trying to help you to use this tool to get you going. Yeah, see, here we are getting an explanation why they are different. Your function page32 to pub key hash extracts only the payment pub key. Oh, there is a payment, there is a credential from this page32 address. And the function pub key hash to address page32 rebuilds a new address using the pub key hash. However, original is a base address header nibble box01, meaning it includes the pub key hash, stake credential pub key hash, or stake script hash. Your rebuilt address, this one, is an enterprise address header nibble box06, which excludes the stake part. It is simpler and shorter. That's why you are seeing a completely different page 32. What your function does, this one, it reads the header byte, extracts first 28 bytes, the payment key. What this pub key hash to base 32 rebuilds a new using only the extracted payment key hash. Uses this. So effectively, you are downgrading a base address with both payment and stake keys into a more minimal enterprise address. Solution: if you want to recreate the original, your goal is to reconstruct the exact same page 32 string. You will need to extract both payment key hash and the stake credential from the original address. Reuse the same address type for base address. Rebuild the payment accordingly and encode it with the same HRP. Okay, so it means this function that I have is incomplete. It's doing the right thing, but it is incomplete. Okay, then from there, you can ask the AI to assist you. Yeah, that one is a very difficult process. You need first to understand, because you run into million problems. But there is nothing wrong trying and falling. Okay, so I've shown you this part. Let's go to this part here. This one is finished this side. So basically, you can see whether you are using this side, the VS Code, or you are using this side. It's basically the same. So I can just show you the last one all the time. Let us build. Okay, let us build current time in proxy time, or tomorrow's time at day proxy 1 day. As a UTC get local. But I like this one here, get time triple. Let's use this one so that you see how it works. It will give you 3 different times. One time in a POSIX time, in a UTC time, and in a string format. So here we are going to load CG. I'm going to call it straight. I'll just run it without even assigning to a variable. See what it gives us. It gives us this time UTC, which is what time is it now? 5:5. It's 14:08. But in UTC, look, it's 7. It is 8 o'clock. And then it gives us the POXIT time for the Cardano blockchain. This is what we need for the POXIT time. What we have. So, all right, I have demonstrated to you what I wanted to show you, setting up your environment for developing. So it means now the next step, what next? I can add another module here and start developing and testing it. Right, let me stop here, and then if there are questions, that would be awesome. Any questions from you? Is there another part you would like me to repeat for you? Right. If there are no questions, yes, is there? Over to you.
Okay. My question is regarding it's not in this regard now, it's concerning the on-chain credentials. So Savior, that was last week. So I spoke to him and I've not been able to send a screenshot of my on-chain credential. My dashboard has not been appearing. I even tried it during this meeting with another Wi-Fi. It's still not working. So I don't know if we should
Did you share your desktop?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that would be fine. You share your desktop, then we can assist you.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you are sharing anything concerning setting up Bluetooth.
Sorry, I disconnected some part in the beginning. So should we all clone the project on top?
Yes.
PCs.
There it is. Let me send it also onto this part here, Coxygen global link, and also maybe on the Bluetooth. Just say I didn't take long. I don't know whether it's my computer that is fast. There is somebody. Okay, let's go to the end. Here is the Bluetooth part. It is exciting for me. I'm going to tell you why. Because let me show you why it's exciting for me. It means now you are going to be able to develop on your local machine Bluetooth applications. We have got a service for beginners with 7 template smart contracts, which is Cuba. Here, we have got this NFT, and then there is the native, there is the NFT, script validator. If you check down here, we have got the vesting. I want you to look at that vesting. This vesting takes a date, POXIT, and a value. And then it takes vesting tranche 1, vesting tranche 2, and the owner, PubKey hash. So if you look at it carefully, you've got a vesting trench, you've got a vesting param, and let's look at the validator. So it is a parameterized smart contract because it has more than 3. Script codex, this. Now, when I tried to change this, because we've got only 7 here, these ones. What about if I want to use something different or even to create your own? It crashed, it didn't compile. I didn't even know what to do. What I'm saying to you is, let's suppose I add number 8 here. Say I have 7. Say I add number 8, this one here. And then I copy this one that I have here. You see this first thing? That is not parameterized, which has got 3 parameters. And I go and I test it there, compile it. I'll be happy if it can compile. Save it. And then here, the name, I need to change it to this name. They told me here I must name it contract. And then here, this side. I must name it, okay, vesting, let me call it vesting 2. Vesting 2. Because there is a vesting there, I need to change the name, vesting underscore. I'll call it vesting underscore. Let's build it and see if it is going to run. I did manage to build it. You see, it's failing to build it. It is saying import, where is the error here? It says error, could not find the module utilities. Okay, but then my question is, yes, where do I add the Haskell dependency utilities? Here. That is number 1. You see, this dependencies, you're trying to do something extra. When it crashes, it's like this. Now, what about if we do it vice versa? We do it the vice versa. We pick one Haskell example here. Which one can I pick? Which is a little bit interesting. Okay, I say this one is no function. This one is no function. But all they are the same, the S, they are all the same. Now what we do here, check this to the other side. Definitely we are going to have some dependency issues that are going to be needed here and some imports. But on the other side, we are able, let me show you this side. We are able to add the new needed dependencies here. See here, the new needed things, you can add it on the Cabal. And then until all the dependencies are there, and then rebuild it, download this, and then work. Here, I need to still contact the quadrant and see how we can work with any other smart contract apart from this 7. I'll tell you why we need to use the 2. This one is easy, quick. This one for beginners is very scary. They won't like it. I know it very well. So that is why I want them a little bit to start there where they are happy. Do 1, 2, 3. When they are settled now, then they move to this one here, because when we are building bigger projects, definitely we need to be able to work on that bigger environment. All right, so I think I have answered questions. Share your screen, please, and then let's have your question. So concerning the Bluetooth setup, if you've got any question, you'll post it on the WhatsApp.